Hello everyone, it's Carolyn Tiger with today's 5-minute fix. Are you too focused? Let's find out. Recently we went on a fun family vacation to southern Utah and it was great. We stayed at a friend's beautiful home and we had a swimming pool and we did lots of day excursions. We went to the Valley of Fire, we went to Zion, we went to Kolob, Pine Valley, Snow Canyon. If you aren't familiar with those places, you should Google them. They're absolutely beautiful, so much fun. This was with my husband's family, and so we were with his parents and sister and her daughter and our children who are 2 years old, and we did some hiking. On our first hike, it was at the Valley of Fire, and we decided to go on this fun 3/4 mile round trip hike to see some petroglyphs. And we're hiking through the red sand and it was really fun. I really liked it. But we're hiking along with our kids and they of course want to do their own walking and own hiking, which is perfect. But they were intrigued by everything. They had to stop and throw up the sand and they were finding rocks and little things all along the way. And checking out this little rock to climb over, and I've got to go back because I forgot and left some sand over there. I mean, it was just like not a fast hike, and we did not make it to the end, so we didn't make it to the, I don't know, half of 3/4 of a mile so we could turn around and come back. And on the way back, of course, they didn't want to leave, but it was time to go, so we had to pick them up and carry them. And so we're walking back carrying these kids, and we get back to where the trail starts and I'm thinking, that was really short. We must not have made it very far down that path. And we were gone for a long time. Our next hike was at Zion. And the hike we went on was, I guess it wasn't our next hike, but the next one I'm going to talk about. It was at the Zion Narrows. And if you're not familiar with the Narrows is most of the hike you are in a river, so you're hiking through a river, but you have to go a little ways to get to where the river starts. So it's kind of a nice path where lots of people can go and sightsee and just kind of see the beautiful surroundings in the area. So it's a very well-defined path. So we're hiking with their children through the path, and of course this time they're going a little better. They're not stopping as much, but they're still picking up rocks and branches and pointing at things and stopping to look at things and enjoying their surroundings on the way. They really hiked a good long way on this one. I don't know how far it was, but we didn't make it to the water, but we kept hiking and we saw lots of neat things. We saw animals and we got really close to some deer, and we did veer off the path and go down to where the river was on the side there. And so we went to the river and threw rocks in the river. We had a great time. Well, our third hike was at Kolob Canyon, and you drive way up and there's this beautiful sight, and then there's this hike at the top of the hill where you can actually go higher. And once again, the little 2-year-olds were determined to do it by themselves, and they did. And they were determined. And they just hiked up that hill as fast and as hard as they could, and they were just determined to get to the top. Now, they're small children, so we did have to stop occasionally and help them, and it was pretty steep in places and traversing rocks and slippery slopes, and we made it to the top to see this beautiful view, and then we got to carry them on the way down. But what is my point of all this? My point is that each of these provide a different stage as to how we might be in our lives. Are you so focused, like the kids were on the last one, that all you are is worried about getting to whatever your destination is? Is it you are just biding your time till you can get through the workday today? Are you just hanging on in this job until you can get a better one, and you're just so focused on getting a new job? Are you just struggling in a relationship so much that you are just hanging on and just looking at the, if we can just get to the end of this week, this day, this month, this year, if we can just get through this school year, if we can just get my kids out of the house. What is it that, are you just so focused on that? Or are you being like my kids? Are you stopping and seeing the good along the way? Yep, the goal is to get to the petroglyphs. Well, we saw some. We may not have made it to the end of the trail, but we saw some petroglyphs and they were beautiful. And we also saw how fun it was to play in the red sand and get it all over our hair and our feet. And we also saw some great little holes in the sides of the mountains that something could have been hiding on. We saw different views of the mountains that we might, or I guess mountains, cliffs, red rocks at the Valley of Fire that we might not have noticed that looked like faces and chairs. And we did see a, what was it we saw? Some kind of a creature up on the side of the hill that we probably wouldn't have noticed if we were just so focused getting to the end of the trail. When we hiked to the Narrows, if we had been so focused on getting to where the trail became water, we might not have noticed the deer. We might not have taken time to throw rocks into the stream. We might not have seen all the fun people and met all the other little children along the way. If we had been like we were on the third one, where we just went straight to the top, as I was hiking up there and a couple of times having to help the children, we stopped. And I stopped and looked around and I just surveyed the beauty, because I am a get to the end of the trail kind of gal, and I forget to stop and see what's going on. So several points along the way we stopped, and I chose to take the time to look around and look off the side of the hill, the mountain, and see what I could see. And it was amazing. There were beautiful scenes all along the way at different heights, and I saw different things at different heights. If I'd just gone to the top, I wouldn't have noticed the beautiful valley over on the other side that had all the trees with the leaves changing color next to the green trees and the red rocks. It was gorgeous. But if we hadn't stopped there and taken a look, I wouldn't have seen that. I would have just gone to the top and said, yeah, that's really beautiful to see all this. You can see all the way around. It's beautiful. But I wouldn't have seen the things along the way. So that's my point for our 5-minute fix today, is whatever it is you are doing in your life, wherever you are, if you're just worried about getting the party planned, if you're just worried about getting through the end of the day, if you're just worried about surviving a relationship, stop. Stop just focusing on the end and take a moment to see the beauty around you in what's going on right now, right where you are right now. It doesn't mean you stop going towards your goal, whatever that be, if it's a good goal, but take a moment to recognize what beauty is happening for you right now. Maybe you're just struggling so hard to get through this workday. You cannot wait for it to be 5, 6 o'clock when you get to check out and go home. Stop. What good is around you? It is amazing how your whole being will change when you stop to see something good around you, right where you are at this moment. What is it? Is the sun shining on your face? Do you have a window in your office? Did someone nice walk by? Did you just have a happy thought of something from the past or that you're looking forward to in the future? Did you recognize that you just did something really well, or you finally accomplished something that you have this long to-do list and you just checked something off? Take a moment and notice all the good that's happening all around you all the time. Don't let that deter you from your wonderful goal, destination, whatever that be. But take a moment to, the old cliche, smell the flowers. Do it. What a difference it will make in your life. All right, there's your 5-minute fix for today. I look forward to seeing you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.